Back with another episode, Faux Profhitz podcast. On my podcast today is the man for sneakers to be clean, Brandon. Peace,
Yes,
brother. How you
sir.
doing?
Peace, peace, love everywhere. You know what? I'm doing great. How you doing?
Man, I'm good, man. I'm glad that you took the time out to jump on the podcast with me.
Yes, sir.
Yes,
And
sir.
I mean, when I saw your message, I'm like, man, if it's a way to get the word out, you feel me? Talk about what I do,
Absolutely.
inspire or get inspiration. I'm taking all that in.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Anytime, because I saw it, I was like, oh shit. You know what I'm saying? This would be a service for him and myself. Slide
Hmm.
sneakers over that way, get more people to do it, and get some business going as well. So it's always a good thing anytime you can share info like that. So where you
On the
from?
real. I'm from the south side of Chicago. It's more like south suburbs, but I mean, I grew
Okay.
up in this area. I grew up in the Chatham area for a while. My pops owned a business here for around 25 years. So,
Okay.
growing up here is kind of like second nature. But I grew up in the south side, south suburbs.
Okay. What got you into the sneaker game?
I
I mean,
mean, like
no, I
everybody,
shouldn't say see, I shouldn't say sneaker game. What was your
yeah,
first pair of
yeah.
sneakers that you bought for yourself? My fault.
First pair of sneakers I bought for myself.
Yes, sir.
Man, I've been through so much buying and flipping. It wasn't really too much significance on that one pair because obviously, we got so many different colorways, so many different numbers of Jordan, so many different, you got, you got Ultra Boost back in the day. When I got on sneakers, it was, Ultra Boost. It was actual basketball shoes like Kobe's, KD's, and LeBron's, and then J's, and then Foam Posits. It was just so much shoes that you could acquire and have a love for. It wasn't really a significant pair that made me really think like, oh yeah, I need these, and
Okay.
I'm gonna do the woo 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 in order to get that. You know.
Okay. Okay. Yeah.
So all
I'm
that to
trying.
say, I don't remember.
All right, it's all love. I'm trying to get more into the Kobe era because I never was really big on that. But I'm seeing
Mm,
so many different pairs of shoes now. It's like, yo, you late. You know what I mean? Like you need to step it up.
yeah,
So
on the
Kobe got some
real.
really Kobe got some fly kicks, man. May you rest in peace. May you rest in power.
Facts,
Yeah.
facts. And then around that time, it was like when you wearing gym shoes, at least in my perspective, it was like it was big on the khaki straight leg era.
Mm.
So like back, right, I would say around like 2014 to 2016, it was about 2014, 2016, it was khaki straight leg era. So those shoes they was able to be worn on a regular lifestyle type jump. Like nowadays, either skinny jeans or overly baggy jeans. When you got such a narrow shoe, it may not look well
Yeah.
or it may not look right to
Yeah.
everybody's eye. You're
It'll
gonna
look like a
stand out.
paddle boat or something like that.
Right, right, right. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, yeah,
Yeah, especially if you're a tall person with like with a big foot and everything, it look weird wearing certain
yeah.
shoes. Hell yeah, definitely. And I only know that because I got a homie. He like 6'2", 6'3". And he said, "Man, I can't wear no chucks. I can't wear shit like that, man. It look
Yeah,
weird on my
yeah,
feet. You know what I mean? So
yeah, on the real.
he got to style them up. He got to style it right. You know what I mean? So I definitely understand that. Yeah, but I want to
Right.
get into the whole Kobe. I was originally the whole Adidas, his whole thing with Adidas was just like, yeah, I ain't gonna touch them, So
Mm-hmm.
I never messed with that. But once he started switching over to Nike, that's when I was like, yo, I probably should jump in and get some of these Nike kicks that Kobe got out, and I have still yet to
Yeah.
do it, but I'm gonna work my way over to it sooner or later.
Got to, man. Best ones I say and recommend would be the Kobe eights.
The Kobe
But I
eights.
mean, but that's for my foot, of course. When I look at the colorways that has dropped, the comfortability, just the low cut of having a low top shoe, it was a super dope shoe. I mean, you could wear it lifestyle and you could also hoop in it. It's crazy light. So yeah, the
Okay,
Kobe eights for sure.
okay, definitely. I'm gonna have to look into that. Because it's on my list. Like I'm gonna still keep doing my Jordan ones and all the
Yeah, yeah.
J's. But I gotta throw some Kobe's in there. So, what's your favorite Jordan shoe then? Do you have one?
It'd be
Two,
kind of
two or three?
controversial because it'd be kind of controversial because the Jordan 4 bread just came out, the reimagined. I would say that only because it's the classic red black colorway and it's more comfortable than the 11. But by the looks of it, and by my eyes, it would be the Jordan 11s. It'd be the Breds, Concords, Cool Grays, and it's pretty much top.
Yeah, them Jordan 11s, man. It's kind of hard to top them. Kind of
Yeah,
hard
on
to
the real. I
top
mean,
them.
it only makes sense because I mean you got a high patent leather on a gym shoe, so it's like you're getting high class material plus a gym shoe, and both of those things that people want, and that's why they sell it the most during the holiday season.
Yeah, and it's the mixture of the fashion. Yeah, yeah, and it just
Unreal.
works out perfectly.
Hmm.
I stopped shopping. I don't mess with anything after the 12s. Do you go for anything at the Jordan 12?
I go above, yeah. I mean, I do the 13, I do the 14, the 15. I got a pair of 18s. I had like a pair of 28s. It was like one, you know the gym shoes where it's almost like a glove where you got to just zip it all the way up
Mm-hmm.
and it's like very little tying. It's pretty much one of those. It's like a sock glove type of thing, and you just slide that joint on and zip it up. It was easy access, and then it was like a perfect stiffness for me to hoop. Like that was one of my hooping shoes when I was in high school.
Okay. Oh, so you a hooper then?
Used to be.
All right. You
That's
did
my
you
that's all in my past.
did you play in high school, like on the team?
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I played sophomore. I mean, I played freshman, sophomore, and then when junior came around, I was inspired with wrestling, so I stopped hooping for that.
Wrestling.
I did everything,
A
man.
hooper that turns over to wrestling, bro. How does that
Man,
happen?
I didn't did volleyball. I didn't get the chance to mess with soccer because that was hooping season back in middle school. But I was schooling dudes with soccer. All the Mexicans was running around. I'm with them. I'm the only black dude or
Mm,
black kid. You feel me? Playing soccer. I'm volleyball, soccer, basketball, wrestling, football, track. I'm all around the board for real.
okay, okay. I don't hear too many guys say, I'm gonna give up I'm gonna give up hooping to go wrestle. That's not something that you hear too often, my guy. You know.
Yeah, I mean, I would only say it's not like I would only say it's not popular because just the appearance of what you wearing and then also the discipline that you would need because wrestling it's like you going you lifting the same guy your weight or going against the same guy that's the same weight. Let's just say you go 170 pounds for 3 minutes each match and you
Mm-hmm.
got to do that 3 minutes straight. Like nobody can even do push-ups 3 minutes straight, you feel me, and then do 3 rounds of it.
Right.
So
So
you
you so
just
you
going
wrestling and toiling and having all this energy toward one person just straight. So it's a totally
yeah,
different thing.
on a
And
real for
I,
straight, yeah, exactly.
yeah, and I think that's why so many wrestlers they transition to boxing pretty well because
Facts.
they're used to that grind and that toil of having
Hmm.
somebody on them and trying to get a person off of pin a guy down and everything. So boom, you
Yeah, it's that, and then
graduate.
the fashion of it. You got,
Go
yeah,
ahead, go
yeah,
ahead,
yeah, yeah.
go
Go
ahead.
ahead.
No, go ahead.
I was
Keep
just
going.
saying it was that, and then it was the fashion of what you got to wear when you wrestle. You got like this big ass tight jumpsuit on, and your nuts is showing, and
Yeah,
you got like, yeah, niggas wasn't fucking with shit like that. So
niggas
I
was
was
not
willing to
fucking with it.
discipline. I was willing to discipline that so I can beat somebody else. I mean, I had anger in me just like any other man did. So if you had the opportunity to fight organized, I'm
Yeah,
just like, shit, let me go throw somebody on their ass real quick. So that
I
was the
could not do it.
motivation towards it.
I could not do it, bro. I did the practices, I did some workouts and everything, and like one of the first or second practices, I had this dude, and he had like a free hand, and he reached for my sack, and I went into straight fight mode, like dude, like you don't
Crazy.
grab, yeah, like you don't grab my sack, bro. Like when
Yeah,
do we
he
start
wild.
doing that?
Yeah, I
Like
ain't never had that
where we
experience. But
from,
yeah,
yeah, where we from, you do something like that,
you got
that's a
to throw
that's
them
an
bitches.
ass whooping. That's an ass whooping. Like we gonna square
Facts.
up and you gonna catch the fade. You know what I'm saying? So like I was like, oh no,
Unreal.
I can't be doing that. And then the coach was like, yo, that's just part of the game. I'm like, part of the game?
Nah,
You just
he
grab
wild.
balls?
He wild.
He was like, when guys are losing, they'll pinch you, they'll bite you, they'll do anything that they can, if they can get away with it, just so they can get the
Right.
W or get free. You know what I mean? I was like, oh no, you can put me in a ring. I'll do
Yeah.
all my damage there. All
Right.
right, boom. You graduate. Do you go off to college or do you have this business idea already in mind? What happens with you?
When I was young, I was growing up. You feel me? Being mentored by my dad.
Okay.
Really, just like passive mentorship. So he owned a restaurant. I'm in there. Same for my other brothers. So the perception of being an entrepreneur was kind of second nature. And then going graduation, going into college. It's surprising I didn't go in for a major of business. I went for a major of zoology
What?
just because I just had. I had so many passions for everything, bro. And then like just the opportunity to be with like be around animals that people don't normally be around, and you get to grow a relationship with them. You know, I'm all around the board, bro. So yeah, I went to school for zoology. I ended up dropping out. Um, I ended up dropping out after one semester. It was crazy. Like I ain't gonna say they whooped me, but it was really just the fact that I went there with an ex of mine in the past, and also did football in an environment that was not really diverse. So there was favoritism towards other races, and then
Mm,
just having little to nobody there with me, to hold my hand as a youngin or teach me how to be able to, be around different people that I don't like or people that don't like me and still succeed and still thrive. You
right.
know, quite
Needing that
different.
proper
So
guidance and everything.
yeah, on the real. Yep.
Yeah, especially with for
Yeah.
young men, young black men, when we're out of sorts, we result to certain emotions or certain behaviors that aren't conducive to the environment that we're in. So we kind of
Hmm.
we hinder or hurt ourselves in the process of trying to get to where we're going. So we have to hit it. We end up hitting a reset all over again.
Right.
And then sometimes that reset ends up being back in the same environment we came from, or we really should have just had somebody there to kind of see us through that and help us
Hmm.
navigate.
Yeah, facts. When I went off to college, I'm in these hard classes, and I'm like, hey, well, I'm in these hard classes. They're like, oh, well, what was your results on the placement test? I'm
Mm,
like, placement test? What the fuck is a placement test? Ain't nobody even tell me what a placement test was going to college. All my
wow.
homies who, and I'm a humbly say, all my homies who was in who had lower grades than me, they still had the guidance of, you feel me, the teachers that'll help them. But for some of those who, the teachers thought that they were good on their own, there was a lack of guidance. So I didn't even take a placement test, and that ended up making me get what is it, but academic probation or something like that,
Hmm.
where your
Hmm.
grades are just where your grades are so low, they would tell you to take a break and come back type of
Yeah,
thing.
yeah, and put you on a
I went
certain
on, yeah,
course to get your grades back online. Yeah.
yeah, yep, yep. So I came back from Wisconsin, came back home, worked with my pops for a couple of months, and then I got a job somewhere doing shoe repair. So, I mean, the story really starts from in high school. I got my own shoes. I started customizing. That was the first thing, and
Oh, you
then
started
people saw.
customizing?
Yeah, I started
Okay,
customizing.
talk
You're a
about
kid,
that.
just spray a BMX bike. So I'm spray painting everything. I'm spray painting my BMX bike. I'm painting on my hat, or whatever the case may be. So first pair of J's that I had to buy, I was allowed the freedom to customize. And then like a Christmas, my mom got me like the proper customization paint for sneakers. So I was blessed with that. So I'm just all in. And then I mean, even it's kind of was like destiny, because I was inspired back then from my uncle who used to customize, and he was crazy with it. Like I'm saying, like Boondocks characters on Timberlands, and the
Mm.
art was just like impeccable. So I was just like, damn, you could do that. He like, yeah, I freehanded, no airbrush. Yeah, I'm gonna go crazy. So it started there with the inspiration of trying to express myself through my shoes and painting on them. So I'm painting my shoes. People seeing me in high school with different shit on, so they're just like, "What the fuck you get them out?" I let them know I did it, and then it came from customizing to repairing other people's items. And then after repairing, I go to college, do customs a few, and then come back. And then, after I, get comfortable, I got a job at a shoe repair. I was customizing and restoring there. So
So you basically you were in the game already. Well, not in the game, but you were in the store learning how to do the custom repairs and everything. So you kind of found your niche through doing that then, right?
yeah, yeah,
So
yeah,
how
pretty
so
much.
did that work for you then? Doing the artwork and everything and customizing shoes and Timberlands and things like that. Was that successful for you?
Yeah, very. I mean, it was so successful to the point where when I got the job at the shoe repair, I was able to knock out any job without too much guidance. The only thing I struggled with was matching paints. So, when you get say like a fire red 3, that midsole on the midsole on the Jordan 3, you have that strip of red, and you may have those pre-mixed fire red colors, but no one really knew that paint oxidizes, aka it changes due to chemicals and its environment. So you got to match due to that shoe, not due to what the shoe looked like when it was brand new. Because when the customer brings something in, they already have an eye for what color it is. So if that shoe sat in the sun, the midsole might be a little bit brighter than the original time that it released. So you got to match due to the customer's eye. So whatever they used to seeing, you match that. So I struggle with matching paints, but other than that, I'm contributing to a buddy of mine's business. A buddy of mine now, he was my boss back then, but I was contributing to his business just with the knowledge that I gained. When I found out I could restore and paint, I was all in. So I pretty much knew a lot when I got into when I started working for the shoe repair.
So when do you branch off into your own and start saying, all right, I think I got it. I think I got enough information. I'm gonna start my own.
2 years after stealing his knowledge, I'm working. I'm working on a shoe repair, but when guys come in dropping off supplies, I get up out of my seat, introduce myself, talk back and forth for what they do, and just learn more and more and more to the point where I pretty much got everything. I can jump off and fly. So, 2 years after working with him, uh, my father let me know that it was a storefront. It wasn't even within the plan. Like I just consume what I'm doing to my best capabilities, and that's just who I am. So if my first job was like a newscast, I would probably be a news anchor right now. Just like I just like to progress. So my pops, he let me know. He was like, "Hey, there's a storefront, on a block of the restaurant. If you want to go and open up a business, let me know. I could talk to the landlord." And man, it was really just like a huge leap of faith because at the time, like I say, it wasn't planned. So I'm spending money like a youngin. I got a little bit of money in my pocket. I probably had like $5,000 at the time. This was uh this was 2018 in June. I had about like $5,000 at the time. I talked to the landlord, looked at the space that I'm currently in now. Rent was around 1,300,
Don't tell too
and
much
then
now.
also you
Don't
got
tell too much.
yeah, the rent was there, and I ended
Yeah,
up having to pay double the amount, you know, just to lock it in. So I paid double the amount. Pretty much lost a lot of my money at the jump, and I pretty much was just hustling, trying to make rent before I could even open.
yeah,
So yeah, it was really just a leap of faith. I understood how powerful I was, through my learnings and also learning from other people. So, I just jumped out and learned on the way. Made my failures, but I know that within failure there's learning and
absolutely,
success. So
absolutely. Say it one more time.
yeah, within failure there's learning and success. That's the
Absolutely.
formula
That's the only way to get to where you're going. You have to fail. You have to learn.
on
You
the
have to get
real.
your experiences so you can get to the point where you are successful and you're where you want to be. It comes with the game, man.
Yeah,
It comes with the game.
facts,
With the game. Growing
facts.
up where
You
you
got to
were
smile while doing it.
yeah, yeah. Growing up where you were Chicago Bulls or Bears fan or anything like that.
Not entirely. I mean, it's when I was young, it was more about playing for me because my nobody around me really watched football, so or watched basketball. It was more about playing. And when I was a kid, I'm just trying to get outside and hoop and play what is the game called? Is it Running Man? Yeah, yeah, yeah. Play running. I'm just trying to play Running Man. When you throw the ball, you just gotta make it through the field, and you got 10 niggas trying to tackle you and shit like
Yeah,
that. I'm
yeah.
just I'm just trying to be outside for real. So I didn't really have a team that I really loved other than just watching Kobe because I was too young to watch I was too young to watch Jordan.
Mm-hmm.
Or not too young, but I wasn't in Jordan's era, I
Right,
should say.
right.
So when I saw Kobe, I'm just like, man, Kobe,
That was the closest
he
thing. That was
he
number two.
legit.
Yeah,
Exactly. I'm like, he
that's number
legit.
two. Yeah.
So I grew up being a fan of Kobe. Not really just the team, but just him for real.
Yeah,
And I
and
don't like to be the one who just be like, "Oh, he died, so let me say he was my favorite." Like
no,
it's
no,
crazy. I
it's all
I got
love.
pictures of like yeah, I got pictures of like a cap I had, and it had like a huge Kobe face on it. Like he was the one for sure.
It's crazy because you never knew how much love people have for Kobe until like he passed, and then you find, at least for me, I found out, man, the city of LA, they ride with Kobe, man. They really, really love Kobe. Like he has so much love
Yeah.
out there and all over the world, man. Like so many people were endeared to him, and they revered Kobe because his game
Hmm.
on the court spoke for itself, and then the things that he did off the court. He wasn't the type of guy that talked about what he did. He was just a quiet guy that went about his daily routine, but he was very supportive of a lot of NBA players and college players and so forth. So Kobe was one of them guys, man, and you couldn't help but respect his game and everything that he had done for the game itself.
Yeah, facts.
Yeah, definitely.
Who would you say was one of your favorites growing up?
Growing up, of course, it was Mike, but I also uh alongside Mike was Scottie Pippen, man. I really did love the way Scottie played. He wasn't an aggressive player, but you could tell from Scottie's game, like
Strong.
he was a point forward and he controlled the game. You know what I
Hmm.
mean? He could set up the offense.
Yeah.
He could knock down threes here and there, and he could guard your best player on any given night. Um, and then there
Yeah.
was a time that season he had when Mike was away, and it was just him. He damn near went to the finals that year. You know what I mean? Just by him leading that
Hmm.
team, and the
Just,
Bulls, yeah, the Bulls just being able to come together and gel together at the right time, and they almost
hmm.
got there, but didn't get to the end. But it just showed that Scotty was really out there hooping. You know what I mean? So
Yeah.
another one would be one of my favorites was Grant Hill. It's just sad that we didn't really get to see the best Grant Hill ever because he had got injured. But Grant Hill was a monster when he first
Hmm.
got to the league, man. For him to be 6'8", 220, 230 pounds and move the way he could cross over, he could get downhill, he could uh he could spot
Hmm.
up, you know what I'm saying? Grant, he could post up, he could rebound, he could block shots, defend. Grant Hill was like he was one of them ones.
Yeah.
So he was always a player I admired up until he got hurt. And of course, Kevin Garnett, because Kevin Garnett not only represented Minnesota Timberwolves, but he represented Chicago. You know what I mean? He represented the west side of
Hmm.
Chicago. And I love the way that he played.
Yeah.
He played with so much fire during the course of the game. So those were a couple of my favorites, man, growing up watching. And I loved Kevin Garnett when it was him and Stephon Marbury. I thought they would win a championship together, and that never happened.
Hmm.
It never materialized. But
Yeah.
it is what it is. Some guys got egos and they want to get paid, or they want to be the most high, they want to be the highest paid and things like that.
Right. Right.
Had they put that to the
Right.
side, there's no telling how good that team could have been.
Hmm.
So
Yeah. I
you
feel
so
like
so you get the
it's kind of
store. Go ahead.
yeah. No, no. I want to move forward. Let's fine. It's fine.
Okay, all right. So you get the store. The store is up and running. Is it just cleaning or is it repair and cleaning?
When I first opened, it was everything, everything
Okay.
that I could do. So, like I said, I was struggling with the bread. So, anybody who walked in the door needed service. I'm doing everything. So it's cleaning, painting, regluing, stitching, everything, customizing. Yeah.
So because you got to help me figure it out. You doing this, but to be able to repair shoes, it takes equipment, right? That equipment had to cost a pretty penny too, right?
Yeah, I mean, it depends. You're looking at sneakers. It's not too much equipment. When you had dress shoes and things like such, you got so many different materials that
Okay.
you need equipment to cut. You need equipment to not only just cut the sole, you got to cut the leather. You need sewing machines, and then within that, you need different sewing machines. But with sneakers, it's so universal. It's simply glue. It's not too much stitching. So within that, you're just gluing. You're not really cutting anything because when you repair gym shoes, it's a small world to repairing a gym shoe because all you can do to say like something like this, if this was worn down to the point where it had a hole in it, You need to take the exact same shoe in the exact same size, take a different one, take it off the other one, and put it on. So when it comes to like different machines, you don't really need them because they're already cut to size when you grab and another size 6.5 and just put that piece on here.
So would you rather have it just a cleaning, or would
Yeah.
you rather have the cleaning and repair?
Just yeah. um I really just try to stay simple. I stay simple with almost everything I do,
Okay.
almost because I can get very deep, but I just had to follow the McDonald's, when I see hundreds of thousands of McDonald's all around, you just make a burger that people are okay with and be able to perfect that burger. You can get other people to come in and make that burger for you. You don't need the best burger makers, the best barbecue makers when they make ribs or, you just keep it simple, almost to the lowest quality or to the lowest level of mediocrity, then you can hire new people every day. And if you can hire new people every day, you can always produce.
Yeah, and then not only are you hiring people, but you're effectively employing the community. You get to help people out in the community with jobs and everything like that, which is a plus as well.
Very true.
And I think you get funding for that if you know what to apply for and like grants and stuff like that. So
Yeah, yeah,
yeah, that
yeah.
that, that works that works in your favor.
Yeah, definitely. When you keep things simple, it's opportunities for everybody to grow.
Absolutely. Would you consider I'm just asking, would you consider moving to another location, or would you prefer to stay where you are?
One, stay where I am.
Okay.
I love the area I'm at. It's almost perfect because
Okay.
I'm catering to my client that I intend to cater to.
Mm.
For those who can afford to buy sneakers next week or next month and just keep buying every other drop. That's one thing. But for those who can't afford, to spend that bag, to keep up with, you know, the trends or keeping up with fashion or just keeping up with your own things, you don't have the time to fix your own or to buy brand new. I love being able to give that opportunity to just, save your money and fix up what you have. That's just what we grow up off of. We grow up, or shall I say, growing up from a struggle. When you get something, you want to take care of it. It's not, oh, just throw it off and go buy another one. We don't have that luxury, so
Hmm.
I feel like it's a luxury. I mean, being able to take care of what we have is a luxury that I love to provide for the community.
Are there any shoes that you're looking for it to coming out?
No, and it's funny because I mean, in terms of me consuming them, because I can almost make anything that I can imagine. Like
Oh,
I have
so
some
you can
projects
you
that
can
are
make you can make the shoes and shit now?
yeah, yeah. I have
Oh
I have
shit.
some pieces of for the public
Or
because of
repeat that because your phone
how
your phone went out. Repeat it.
yeah, I say I have some pieces that I haven't even displayed out to the public just because I enjoy the rarity of the creation. So I I don't really look forward to Jordan Brand dropping anything or because I mean when it yeah, I could pretty much do it all. Now when
So
it comes
no
to
no
like
Kobe's or
making my
anything
own,
like that. You just like I'm good on that.
yeah, because there's so many customs out that I get inspired by, and I know that it'd be pretty imaginative, but not really realistic for me to see a custom and then just hope that it comes out, because that hope isn't going to lead into anything anywhere. I know how the game is. They just gonna repeat what they can or
Hmm.
repeat the shoes that are great already,
Yeah.
and then make subtle changes. I've understood that once you create something 20 times better than what you already have, the standard people will look at you at. So when you create, the mediocre work, people it'll be shunned upon. So that's why you kind of got to stay simple. So when it comes to my hopes for them dropping things, I'm fine with them, dropping simple stuff. I'll just keep creating customs for myself when I really need something different
So now the customs that you create, do you plan on selling them or are they just for yourself?
for myself.
Okay. And
Yeah.
will they be under your own brand or will it be like a pair of Jordans or Adidas or Nikes or anything like that?
Majority of the time it's rebranded. So it's Jordans that I create, so it's not necessarily me just creating an entire sole and an entire upper. I'm not really there. And I don't think I will be. Like I said, I have so many loves for different things. So I kind of I kind of do what I can, do what I do what I love, and then, be able to move to the next venture.
How many custom shoes have you made so far?
Can't even answer that.
You can't answer that? Okay. All
I
right.
literally can't. Excuse me. I literally can't because I customize for liquor companies, and within that we they're basically liquor distributors, and they have pretty big staffs. I'm customizing for people all around the world, and there's multiples upon multiples upon multiples. So when I perfected the make chicken for the customers for these liquor companies, they just order it over and over and over again because you have distributors in LA, Chicago, New York, literally every different state. There's different liquor distributors who want custom shoes. So I've been doing that for just that alone. I've been doing that for about 2, 3 years, and I can just guesstimate each year. I probably customed around 1,000 pair each year. So
Oh
we had
wow.
3,000 there. Yeah, we had
That's
three
dope.
thousand there.
That's
Yeah,
dope.
and then dealing with just regular people, regular day to day, consume or clients. I can't really, I don't really count. I have no idea.
Okay. Okay. Just
Yeah,
wanted to know if it was a lucrative situation for you, when you're doing that. And of course it sounds like it definitely is. So I salute you for your hustle, your hard work and being able to get yourself into that position. Now, when you
yeah.
do those type of deals, do you ever ask for anything in return?
Nothing other than money.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah,
Some people say, I want to be able to have this liquor or that liquor, give me this or get me that.
yeah. I'm not too much of a drinker. Really, just occasionally.
Good, good. Liquor ain't shit
Yeah,
anyway.
for real.
Liquor ain't shit anyway. You
I
can
mean,
always do
but
without it. Do without it.
yeah, I would say to that, liquor ain't shit, but people ain't shit, but people are everything. So it's kind of like you got to mix in the bad in order to be human, because that's what you are. We are bad and good. So
Yeah, we are, but
it's
you
just
don't
life.
necessarily need the liquor. I mean, a sip here and there,
Right, right,
in
right. Yeah,
moderation. You don't need a lot
exactly.
of it. Yeah.
Yeah, you choose your negatives at whatever moderation you please. So
So, what do you have any big projects coming up outside of the shoe customs and the continued business that you already have?
um,
Or is it something that you can't really
nothing
speak
big.
on?
No, nothing big right now. I mean, the only thing I can speak on is I'm working on creating the Jordan 4 bread off white that Virgil made only for the friends and family. I'm working on recreating that for a personal pair, and I want to do it big. It'll be the first time I did like a custom big and displayed it out. I have a YouTube page, but I haven't dropped not one video on there. That'll
Okay.
probably be like the first, just to shock the viewers and just let them know that it's possible to be done, because nobody's. I mean, people have done it, but
Mm-hmm.
with their limited twists. I want to do it to the point where it nearly looks exactly like it, and not using anything fake on a shoe. I'm pulling old Jordans, new Jordans, all taking them apart, reconstructing to make that one shoe. So
And I look forward to seeing that, man. I look forward to
yeah,
seeing how
it's gonna
that
be tough.
turns out. Hell yeah, sound like it.
Yeah.
Sound like it. What
Yeah,
what
you
music are you
familiar
listening
with the
to?
colorway?
Wait, did you say what?
What music?
No,
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 you say what music am I listening to?
no, the colorway. You said something about a colorway?
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I said, are you familiar with the with that release?
Nope,
Not release, but with that shoe.
nope. I can't even say I am.
Okay, well, okay, got you. You familiar with Virgil, the
Yes.
off-white
Yep.
designer? Okay,
Mm-hmm.
and then you familiar with the Jordan 4 Bread?
Yeah.
It's
But
pretty much,
not
he did. Go ahead.
because I don't know what it is that you're gonna be doing with it, but I know about the shoe. I just don't know if like is it gonna what you're gonna do is similar or is it gonna be a recreation or something different?
I'm gonna be doing a recreation of the off-white bread, basically.
Gotcha. Gotcha.
Yeah.
Okay.
Hmm.
Okay. Okay.
Yep. Yep. Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So the other question was what music you listening to lately?
Um, I'm all around the board, man. I'm doing everything. I'm listening to 42 Doug. I'm listening to Tyler Creator, obviously Kanye, you know, but I'm throwing it back to the old days as well. You know, I'm listening to what are some of my top old old playlists that I will listen to? Because I literally am in everything. Hmm. As for the old school, I couldn't really put like a one name that just hits home because, like I say, I'm everywhere. I got a jazz playlist that's full of like I'd say probably 1,000 songs on the jazz playlist, 500 on the soul playlist, 365 of the top most recent rap playlist. Like I'm really listening to everything. So
Do you have a favorite jazz musician?
um, I don't want to mispronounce his name, but I believe it's Thelonious Monk.
Thelonious Monk, yeah.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Thelonious Monk. Yeah, I would say him. When it comes to me listening to music, I don't really dive into the person because that's not entirely what they're showing. They're showing their music. You know, and sometimes within their music, when you have lyrics, they may talk about their past or who they are and how they're feeling.
Hmm.
But majority of the time, when I listen to music, I'm trying to find a connection on how it makes me feel.
Well, I mean, and that's what we're talking about. We're talking about their music, not them as a person. You know,
Yeah, yeah.
I don't know
I, I,
Thelonious that well. I
I'm,
don't know nothing about him, but I can
yeah,
tell you I
yeah.
like certain songs. I can tell you I like a bunch of Duke Ellington songs. You know, fella Ella
Hmm.
Fitzgerald and Kevin Neighbors, who's from Chicago, and a bunch of other people. But I don't need to know them personally. I just know there are certain
Yeah, yeah.
songs that I connect to.
I do believe I cause a disservice to myself when I don't remember the names because it's like when I have it in my head, I'm like, damn, who was that? But
Yeah,
like I said, it's so much that I listen to, and then I listen while I work, so I'm focused on other things. So I don't really create the time to remember lyrics and remember who created what song
yeah,
and who featured, and so it's more of just like give me that vibe of like give me that vibration of smoking, and I move on.
yeah.
A
You
lot of
just want to
people
be
who,
in the mode when you working and
yeah,
everything.
yeah, 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 for sure.
Hell yeah, I'll be the same way when I get home and I'm chopping up clips or if I'm cooking or something, I have certain music playing. I have certain music that I like to play while I get all
Hmm.
this stuff together because it makes me feel a certain way. My mother
Right,
said
right.
she used to say when you're cooking, make sure you cook out of love. So I usually would have like love music or something
Hmm.
happy playing. You know what I mean? And then when I get into
Yeah,
doing a podcast, I may have some rap. Something that's gonna go hard or something like that. Something
yeah,
that
yeah.
changes the mood and kind of keeps me up and motivated. So I definitely understand that everything is vibrational and everything is energy. You know what I mean? And we all feed off
Hmm.
that, whether we know it or not. Some people feed off more of a negative vibration and don't really know it because they don't know that
Yeah,
they've been doing it for so long. So I
right.
definitely go off
Exactly.
a certain mood and certain vibration, frequency, and everything like that. And so it's a wonderful
For
thing
sure.
when you know what it is that you're looking for too. Like even for you, if you're
Hmm.
listening to Tyler Creator, there may be a certain 10 to 12 songs that'll get you in that mode. And then there are other songs around it
Hmm.
that kind of keep you still and keep you cruising while you're working and everything. So definitely I get it. I definitely get it. What you think of
Yeah,
that new
facts.
Kanye?
The new Ye.
I'm
I don't.
almost through with it. I'm always almost through the whole album
Yeah,
or whatever. I'm all right on that.
yeah. I didn't dive entirely into it. I will say I did listen to a few songs.
Hmm.
I do like it, but I'm not truly in love with it. You know. Yeah is yeah, and he's gonna be free. So within him being free, he's gonna change, and sometimes his changes we're not gonna be ready for. So,
Yeah, that's
oh
man. That's a hard
yeah,
truth that you just said. That's real facts, true science. I was listening to it and it was like I was going, man, he probably not even done with this yet. He probably just threw this out here and he it's a chance he's not done with it. But
hmm
yay is yay. Kanye gonna do what he gonna do. And he
hmm
gonna keep on moving. So whether we like it or not, he gonna throw it out there and then it'll be something in a couple months that come behind it. So
yeah, yeah.
yeah,
It's just the beauty of being free because sometimes people are infatuated with giving their best, and when you drop an album like that, of course, him being so confident enough to drop the album, he would say that it's ready. But I'm sure he would humbly say it's not his best, and I don't think that's what he's chasing. He's just chasing how to express his mind, where his mind is at the moment.
yeah, yeah. I feel like he probably just had that. It's probably that probably been sitting around or bothering him, and he just probably was like, "Yo, I got to get this one out and see what happens." Because there may
Mhm.
be a certain vibe that he may be going for. There may be certain a feeling that he may be going for with music right now too. So,
Right. Yeah,
are
for
you a
sure.
SoundCloud listener? Do you listen to SoundCloud?
Not nowadays. Back then I used to, but nah, not nowadays. I
Right.
don't I don't really have the time to search, so when people play something that I don't know, I'm like, damn, I don't know. Why am I not in tune with what everybody else listening to? It's more just because, I'm so busy with what I do and I'm so busy in my own mind to the point where I can't really search for people and things outside of me unless they actually come into my life that I live every day.
Word, word, word. So I'm sure, like you just said, what you do currently consumes your time, right?
Hmm
Is there a way for you to relax? What do you do to relax once you kind of decompress and turn to get away from the shoe business and everything? What do you do to decompress?
There's not too much decompression when I'm awake. The only time I can decompress is while I'm asleep,
Mm,
because while I'm awake, I'm trying to put my all. And, anytime where I may find myself scrolling on social media, it's like, up, get up. Hey, what you doing? It's like I want to, when a millionaire may say, put every dollar to a job, and I think about that with my time. If my time isn't being valuable, or if my time isn't actually going towards something and it's actually being wasted, those I feel like are my worst times.
yep.
So I would try my best to get the best out of my day. Sometimes I may wake up late, but hey, I'm up now and I'm putting all this energy towards this. So there's not too much decompression. I mean, I will say that I have a huge passion for music and producing music, but I also have passion for reading and working out. But once again, operating a business, sometimes those things get put aside.
Yeah, definitely. What time do you normally wake up?
My ideal time is around 8 o'clock. My latest would be around 10.
Okay. What time
Yeah,
do you normally go to sleep?
about 11ish, 12.
Okay, so I'll say this to you. Maybe you should start getting up early so you can work out. That 5 o'clock
Oh,
hour, that 4 o'clock hour is very great for meditation. It's very great. It's very good for clearing your mind. And it's very good for working out. So you may want
yeah.
to start getting up early and get that out the way, but you'll have that time to yourself, and then you would go into work mode and getting everything else done.
Yeah, I love that you said that because I kind of fell out of it. I literally came across a book called The 5 a.m. Club, and I read the book and it talked about the beauties of waking up at 5 a.m. And the first thing you wake up should be the first thing that you are most passionate about, or the things that are most important to you. And being true to self is by understanding that the most important thing is self. So it's
Mm-hmm.
your health, your mental health, and your education. So I created I created a schedule for myself, and just going through the winter, I kind of fell off of it. But my schedule would be to wake up at 7 a.m. and there's 20-minute increments of working out, reading, and meditating. And then after that, now it's okay. What does the world have for me now?
Yeah.
You know,
And I
I,
think you
I
should
ended
get
up,
back to it. I think you should get back to
yeah,
it.
definitely, man. I tried. I'm still trying. I ended up going through, get man. I put it on the winner, but obviously I'm responsible for everything that I go through, and I take responsibility for everything that I go through. Working endless nights and doing 24 to 48 hour shifts, just staying in a shop. I ended up gaining athlete's foot, and then after getting over that, around November, December, I washed my car. My back was out for about a month, and then February, after getting over athlete's foot, got an ingrown toenail. Nobody could help until I actually took it into my own hands, removed it, and then I'm recovering from that. So I mean, I'm trying to get back in it. I ended up just saying, hey, man, my toe hurting, but let me just go run, and I had to run through the pain, but I'm getting back in it for sure.
Okay. Well, you can always shower, sir. You can always take time away to
Nah, it's
shower.
not the it's not it's
You
not
know what I'm saying?
I'm
You can
not
always
showering
straight up.
again.
Sometimes athlete's feet is just something so simple as I ain't saying that's just the easiest case, but sometimes it's just
Right.
showering and taking care of your feet, scrubbing your feet down and everything. But
Yeah, on the real. Nah, I
yeah.
overwash my feet, gang. I mean, like I say, it was the endless nights of working 24 to 48 hour shifts. And when you're doing that type of work, you're trapping moisture in between,
Oh yeah,
those toes, and then
I know
that
what you're talking.
bacteria
I know what you're
builds.
talking about.
And
Hey,
yeah,
listen. Wait, I'll
it
go.
was
Let's.
rough.
I want to go back to what you said about being on social media. I'm usually on social media because I'm scrolling for you guys. So I
Yeah.
don't. So for me, it's a rarity to unless I find something funny and then I go down a rabbit hole of funny
Right,
shit,
right,
right?
right. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
When I find the funny shit like the memes and small skits that are like 20 seconds or whatever, I'll be in here laughing and joking. But I'm looking for the people who I'm inspired by or people I want to talk to about the things that they're good at, like yourself. So
Yeah,
I'm
yeah.
I'm looking for that, but that scrolling, it leads me to you guys. But every now and then there are people out there that who are funny, and I just watch their page. There are comedians. I'll like one of their skits or whatever, their comedy sketches.
Yeah,
And what I realize is that the more sketches that you like, the more the algorithm feeds you that. So I have to tell myself, hey, the next one that you like, you got to get off. You know what I
yeah,
mean? If you don't find what you're looking for in the next 2 or 3 times that you flip or scroll up, you got to get off the
right.
computer. So usually when I wake up in the morning, after I meditate at that 5 o'clock, 5:30 period, it's meditation for me or it's prayer, and then I scroll and then I get off my phone and I go to the bathroom. Scrolling on YouTube to find a fight to watch or interview to watch from somebody else, and then I just start my day that way. So I totally understand it. Your business is more hands on. There's more physicality to what you do, and you got to make sure that shit gets done because that's the only way it's gonna run. So I totally get
But I
it.
still gotta watch the feet, man.
You got yeah. Hey, let me say this and it's just not to you, to everybody that's listening, who will hear this. Your feet are the first thing in the bath and shower, and the last thing out. You gotta scrub your feet down.
Facts,
You gotta
facts.
scrub your feet down.
If if you got a dirty bathroom floor, you go take a shower and you walking out and you ain't got slippers on, you crazy.
Yeah, yeah. You wash your feet. Why?
Wash your feet, wash the floor, keep it sanitized. I myself don't even like walking on the floor without, slippers or slides or
yeah,
but
yeah. I got the bath
facts.
mat. I dry my feet off before I get out the tub, and I got the bath mat and everything down there. But I
There you
still
go.
put on socks and everything once I come up out of there.
There you
So
go.
yeah, definitely. Um, you got to do that self care, mentally and physically, bro. I know you're a younger guy than I am, so it's imperative that you make sure that you're okay physically and mentally. And
It's,
amongst black men, we don't necessarily do that. There's a thing now where more of us are speaking out and saying that, we have to be uh, more aware of our physical and mental health. And I'll tell it to you as well.
mm,
You should do the same. Make sure that you aren't around people that are bad for you. Make sure you Make sure that you're noticing the different people. Make sure you're having discernment about around different people, the people that are around you. And make sure that you know who you want to be around and who you don't want to be around. And removing yourself from situations where you don't like it doesn't make you a bad person. It just means that it doesn't go well with what you're trying to do and what you're trying to accomplish. There's nothing wrong with that. They may be
Yeah,
taken back by it. They may talk about you, but you have to just chalk some of that stuff up to the
you got
game
to
and
handle
just
your bit.
real.
Yeah,
Yeah, you just have to chalk it up to the
handle
game and
your
just
business.
realize, look, you're not for me and I'm not for you, and I'm not enjoying this situation, and I would rather move forward without it. So, and they may be
Yeah,
thrown taken back, but it's okay. It's okay. You have to
facts.
live your life the way that you're supposed to live it.
On the real. You done
Definitely.
said it perfectly.
Definitely. Yeah. And then at some point for yourself, just like me, you gotta take a vacation, my guy. You gotta take a vacation. And I know that comes
Yeah.
with time because you're so involved with the business because it's your baby. You got to make sure that your baby
Hmm.
can walk, talk, crawl, and all that, and eat correctly while you're awake,
Yeah.
while you're there before you leave it, and to make sure that it can be babysat perfectly. So I understand, but
Hmm.
make sure that you take the proper time to decompress and eat correctly and make sure that your health is good because it's only gonna run as long as you can run it.
Yeah, facts. I will put a lot of contribution to my decompression towards my girlfriend when the women, they'll pull you away from what you think is most important, and then they'll bring you back to love and happiness and joy. So being a man, it can be easy to try to macho your way through everything and
Hmm.
separate yourself. It's good, to separate from a lot of, things that we would call distractions and stay focused towards something. But at some given time, you got to have that person or thing or just time to separate. And I will say, my duty to being a loving spouse, you know, that's definitely something that I can probably say that is my decompression. A lot of the times I would call it my peace. So for
It's
sure.
supposed to be. She should be a piece. Yep. Once you close
Facts.
up the shop and you go home, that should be the place where you don't have to think about none of that. And if you do thinking about it, it's about
Hmm.
game planning for the future and growing what you currently have. And if that's
Yeah.
not there, then it don't necessarily mean it's a bad thing, but she's there for that. She's there for that.
Right. On the real. That you
Absolutely.
can't that you can't really pay for. A
Mm-mm.
lot of people say, "Oh, a woman is," or the woman duties that you have are replaceable with other jobs. Like I can pay somebody to cook and I can pay somebody to clean up, but nah, you can't pay somebody to be your piece,
You can't
especially when
pay.
they love doing it.
And there it is. There it is. And when it's genuine, you can't fake that. You can't pay for that.
Mm, on the
Genuine and
real.
authentic love from a counterpart, your wife, your girlfriend, whatever. You can't pay for that,
Hmm.
man. People can try, but it ain't gonna never balance out to be the same as when someone genuinely loves you and they want to be with you and they want to make sure that you're having the best success, not just at home in the home life, but while you're out handling things in the world too. So it's a
On the
beautiful
real.
thing to have, man. I'm happy for you. I'm glad that you have someone there with you like that.
Facts, man, for sure. I mean, after experiencing it, I try to talk to all my brothers about the importance of it and the beauty of it because, you know, thinking about love and the environment that we are in, it's a very easy subject to forget about and to leave alone just because the lies that you've been told about love and the lies that you've been told about women or men, so when you go into different relationships, the norm is bitches ain't shit, niggas ain't shit. So when I tell people, hey, find somebody you love, find somebody it doesn't really click. So when I do get that opportunity to say, hey, that one girl or that one guy, who just pulls you away from all your anxiety and all your depression, in the best moments, I would say you go towards that and connect yourself with those people. And it
What?
can be hard to find. It's not something easy, but
Mm-mm.
I think it
Mm-mm.
I think it's just the fact that you have to learn to sacrifice in order to find those people.
That's true. That's true. That's true. Well said. I like how you put that. And amongst us, we don't like to talk about it. Like you just said, it's all this bitches ain't shit, niggas ain't shit, niggas don't know how to do this,
Mm-hmm.
women don't know how to do that. But that's not every black woman, that's not every black man. It's just the ones that you're used to dealing with. And until you
Hmm.
find someone who doesn't treat you that way, you're gonna keep running into the people that are going to treat you like that. So
Yeah.
uh, and it'll just sit like that. Next question to you: how many of your other friends are entrepreneurs and open up stores like you are? Uh-oh, you got disconnected. All right. So before your battery had went out, I asked the question: how many of your friends are entrepreneurs and opening up stores like you,
Opening up stores, I
or just
have,
independent?
yeah, just independent. I would say probably around five.
Okay, that's dope. I like that. I like to
Yeah.
hear that.
I mean, yeah, these are friends that I've gained within being an entrepreneur.
Okay.
Now, if we're
Okay.
thinking growing friends growing up, zero that I know of growing up in my high school. But I mean, of course, there's some that just wasn't my friend, you know?
Okay. Okay. Do any of these the people from your high school ever drop by the store to get some work done?
Oh yeah, definitely.
Good. Good.
All the
Good.
time. Yeah.
Good.
We still connected.
Hell yeah. That's good to definitely have the support of the people that are from the community that you grew up in.
Yeah. Facts. Yeah.
Hell
When I
yeah.
see Facebook posts going up and I scroll and I'll be like, oh man, they just said that. We ain't trade words in a while, but it's just still love there. So
Hell yeah, I love that. I love when people
yeah.
share it, man, because it's like, all right, cool. Help me, help myself.
Hmm.
You know what I mean? So it's
On the
always a good
real.
thing to see that. Yeah.
Yeah. Facts.
So do you own any of the Virgil Abloh? Do you own any of his product,
Um
the
uh
off white?
yeah. I have a pair of off-white dunks. Um
Okay.
some pairs I buy and then I sell, trade just for the love of changing things up. I've had the sale off white Jordan fives. I've had the Jordan 1 UNC off whites. I believe that's it.
What's the most that you would pay for a sneaker?
Right now it's been around 1,300.
Okay.
Yeah, there's no other sneaker other than that shoe that I currently have that I'll pay, around that price for. Not right now.
Okay. Okay, cool. 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 Yeah. I know somebody who paid like 2,700 for a pair of shoes or something like that. I was like, oh man.
Yeah, yeah.
There's
I mean,
some motherfuckers out here that love these shoes, bro.
yeah, facts. I love them too, just not that much. And then also, I've been in the game so long, I know how to finesse my way into paying for a $2,500 pair of shoes.
And it's a lot easier when you know how to make them, and you know how to put them together and shit like that.
Yeah,
So
yeah,
if that
on the
works in
real.
your favor, and not to say nothing, or start a different hustle for you, but then you could go from there saying, hey, I got them over here, but
Hmm.
that's
Yeah, on the real. Yeah, definitely. I'd say like one of my recent ones that were I thought about keeping. I bought a Jordan 4 Dornbecker. It was a size 7.5. I bought it at $1,460, and I thought about keeping it. I fixed it up, made it look pretty much brand new.
mm-hmm.
But just looking at the profit margin, I'm just like, nah, I'm gonna just get rid of it.
Mm,
Yeah,
okay.
I ended up selling it for 3.1 thousand.
Yeah.
Uh, yeah.
That ain't bad. That ain't bad. You got a good return. God
Oh yeah.
bless you. You got a decent return on it. Two
Thank you,
times.
thank
God
you.
bless you. Yeah. Yeah.
Appreciate it. Thank you.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. Facts. About 125% return. So
Yeah, anytime you can come up on something, definitely want to get your money's worth out of it.
yeah, facts.
Yeah. All right, here we are. Give your name out for your website and all your information, your socials and all that.
For sure, for sure. My name, Brandon Smith. Social media on Instagram is Sneaker Cleaners Shy. That's Sneaker Cleaners CHI. And then on Facebook is Sneaker Cleaners LLC. It's pretty much just the both social media platforms that I use. You can find me there.
Definitely. And you're gonna be getting some material together to put on YouTube and all that sooner or later, right?
Definitely, sooner or later, we're gonna be on YouTube. We're doing a lot of collab work, so you definitely see us there.
All right, cool. Anything else you want to add to the interview before we cut up out of here?
Man, I would just say, you know, being the person that whoever is listening, whoever you are is because of what you've gained from others. And within that being said, you can be, do, make anything you want to. All you got to do is just focus on the energy that you hold and know where to place it in order for it to grow. You are a seed, and within you being the seed, you can grow into a tree, you can grow into a bird. Whichever seed you want to be, just go add more to your seed, place it in those environments, and you'll definitely make it, no matter how tough it is.
All right, all right, all right. And with that said, remember the mission statement when you're striving for greatness. God never puts you in a driver's seat if it's taken. We are done here, ladies and gentlemen. Have a good day.